Senator Colbeck.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. On February 23, 2016, the Michigan Department of Education, in cooperation with the State Board of Education, released a statement and recommended guidance on safe and supportive learning environments for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning students. Following a period of public comment ending on April 11th, which commenced without any known broad press release to that effect, the State Board of Education will seek to approve this statement and guidance at its May 10, 2016 meeting. Please consider this statement to be my public comment on this matter. The guidance provided by State Board of Education addresses the following topics related to the LGBTQ issue. It addresses how educators should address the names and pronouns, how they should address student records. It deals with privacy and confidentiality regarding documents, deals with restrooms, locker rooms or changing facilities, phys ed classes and intramural sports, interscholastic sports, dress code, and gender-based activities or practices. In other words, in addition to the core activity of teaching our kids how to read, how to be proficient in math, how to be proficient in social studies or science, our teachers and school administrators now need to monitor who is going into which bathroom. And the proponents of this guidance are claiming that it will create and sustain an education environment for students to progress academically and developmentally. It should be noted that these are the same education leaders who adopted Common Core English Language Arts standards that promote books such as The Bluest Eye, Waterland, and Beloved, which amount to porn in our schools. If I were to read excerpts from these books on the Senate floor, as some parents have taken to doing at their local school board meetings, I would likely have my microphone muted, and rightly so. The same State Board of Education proposed social studies standards that treat LGBTQ issues as a civil rights issue on par with the cessation of slavery. Meanwhile, people of faith are encouraged to put aside their beliefs and rights of conscience to accept these guidelines in the classroom that will yield our next generation of leaders. Abraham Lincoln once sagely pointed out that the philosophy of education in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. In light of the guidance proposed by the State Board of Education, this observation should send chills up the spines of all who are here today. Article 8, Section 1 of our Michigan Constitution states that religion, morality, and knowledge being essential to good government, education shall forever be encouraged. In light of the observations above, the education that is being encouraged is not religious or moral in any way.
Just a moment, Senator Colbeck, my apologies. Could I have the noise level reduced, please? My apologies, Senator Colbeck.
Our schools, our teachers, our administrators are on the front line of a culture war in our society. And as the proponents push their social agenda into our classrooms, the quality of education that our student receives suffers. Over 50% of our third graders can't read. Math proficiencies for some schools hovers in the teens. And now we have these new guidelines that's going to further divert our educators from their core mission, that of teaching our kids. It is time to take a stand against this social engineering. And in this budget season, in light of this guidance that we're receiving from the State Board of Education, it's time to evaluate whether or not the funds that we've allocated to the State Board of Education and Michigan Department of Education are being allocated to activities that serve the best interests of our students and communities at large. It is time to take a stand against further encroachment and erosion of the values that made us an exceptional nation. It is my hope that you will join me in this stand. I'd like my comments added to the Journal, please.
Without objection, your remarks will be printed in the Journal.